Welcome in, everybody. Not too shabby. It's gonna work out. It's gonna work out. Check, check, 1, 2. Hope you're all having a great afternoon, good evening. Ten of Cups in the reverse. And the Three of Swords. Dragons, why do you gotta start off like that? This bloody bastard is rearing his ugly head. There's some sort of information coming in. Thank you, Kobe. What's going on with you? Welcome in, Stephanie. Dorothy. Mandy, Shelley, Trudy, Hayu, Emma, and Max. Welcome in, boss. And what if I was to blow your mind right now? Kobe, you want a reading? I dare you. Let me in, Kobe. I very well could change your life. Giving you big hugs, Stephanie. I know it's difficult. Kobe, what I want you to do is start by taking some deep breaths. Unclench your jaw and take the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax your shoulders. Focus on your breathing. Relax your arms. Relax your hands. Now don't do this if you're driving. But all I want you to do is just take a moment to be present. In the moment. Without any burdens on your back, without anything. Just be in the moment of the essence of your soul and your spirit. Go back before the pain. Go back before all the suffering. Go back before all of the confusion. Where do you find yourself? How old are you? How old were you, Kobe? I'm getting roughly about 6, maybe 7 years old. And I put you roughly about 25, between 25 and 28. But then again, I'm getting like 32. But it could be where your IQ and where your mindset is sitting. Which very well could represent the fact that you're beyond your years. You're very analytical. You think a lot. But it's not like you're thinking aimlessly. You're thinking of solutions. Called it. I'm gonna tell you right now, bipolar is only a name. And it is due to the fact that you are having a hard time existing and living and thriving in the current today's society. And quite frankly, you are extra sensitive to the energies around you, which marks you as an empath. And you have a hard time dealing with other people's energetic projections, which sends your person, you, your essence, your spirit, into a frenzy. Because you've basically been somebody's punching bag at pretty well any and all significant times in your life. So no, you are not bipolar. You've been trapped into a programming to think that you need to be someone's punching bag, when that's not the case at all. It's a manipulation tactic to gain control of you, your energy, and your essence. Well, I tell you right now, if you go to this connection, meeting, whatever you want to call it, and they try to put you on a pill, and I don't know why Spirit is compelling me to say another pill, as if they put you on one already. Think of think of having an ugly stepsister. I don't know if that resonates. Fit it if it does. And this ugly stepsister creates havoc and chaos and makes you sad. But you go to the doctor and you say, "Hey doc, I'm sad." "Well, why are you being sad?" "Well, I don't know. I can't place it." Meanwhile, you sit there and let your ugly stepsister ridicule you and pretty well beat you up psychologically, verbally, emotionally, mentally, and you're not speaking up about it. So the doctor says, "Well, here's a pill. Here's, it'll calm it down." Because you're dealing with anxiety, you're dealing with probably a little PTSD, and it brings you to a place of anxiety and imbalance. And because of all of this, the doctor pretty well puts you in this whole bipolar, manic depressive state, because apparently you can't seem to get a handle of your emotions. Meanwhile, it's not even your fucking problem to start with. It never was your problem. It was the people around you that manipulated you, siphoned your energy, made you give, 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 and never gave back, left you depleted. But somehow that's your problem. Why? Because they don't want to take accountability for their bullshit. And somehow when you pull away, all of a sudden you're delusional. All of a sudden you're crazy. All of a sudden you shouldn't be trusted because you're not putting up with their bullshit anymore. Tell me something, Kobe. Am I pretty well calling it? You need to empower yourself. As soon as you do that, you will not have any regrets. And the sooner you do that, the better your life will be. When you finally rid, if you have to wear a garlic necklace to keep the vampires away, do it. You don't want to be a burden? Kobe, I'm gonna call you on your shit right now, and I mean it in the most compassionate way. And I'm gonna blow your mind at the same time. So hold on. Grab your knickers. You're being a burden to yourself. And by thinking that you don't want to abandon those that are siphoning from you, you're actually abandoning yourself. You're lowering your standards and your principles and your integrity and your authenticity by trying to bring yourself to their level when you are meant for so much more. And this is why you feel out of sorts, and this is why you don't feel included. This is why you have a hard time balancing out your emotions. Because you're being constantly, probably, not even realizing it. You're probably being situated within some sort of spiritual warfare or energetic warfare. But the moment you start choosing you instead of somebody else, making sure that your peace of mind is taken care of before somebody else, and you start making boundaries for your own peace of mind and your own safety, these boundaries would require certain choices and decisions by you. But that would require you to find out what your best course of action would be before making any decisions. So using your discernment, maybe utilizing your intuition, tapping into it, going within, healing all the pain and the suffering that you've endured, that you're still holding on to. Sit with it, but be courageous in it. What can you learn from it? What can you bring to the table and realize and understand outside of yourself? Remove yourself from the situation and the equation when you're looking at it. Take yourself to a third party position. So that way you see it from all sides of the coin. See where you might have screwed up. Hold yourself accountable for that. But grow from it. Empower yourself from it. Don't allow it to rip you apart. Don't allow it to keep you held back. I'm 41, soon to be 42, and I know all about that. I know what it's like to allow the ridicule and the abuse to hold you back. I've lost over 2 decades of my life because of it. So if you're 23 years old, you still have lots of life ahead of you. And if you know any better, you're actually going to be bringing in the new earth. This is why you don't feel like you fit in. You're not supposed to. You're part of the new matrix. You're part of the new program. You're part of the new earth. You weren't meant to fit in here with the old matrix that's currently crumbling. Within you, there might be a slight anxiety, but you have a bit of a slight excitement at the same time, and you don't know why. And it's because of that. Your soul and your spirit recognizes this time, this place. And this is a bit of a collective and a reminder. So if this is resonating with you, this is for my light workers. This is for my earth angels. This is for my chosen and star seeds. And yes, Kobe, I did not stutter. This is for you too as well. We ran out of cookies, sorry. But the merch store is open. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Mhm. Source is going to be connecting to you soon. And it's going to be a very healing experience. All you need to do is go within and raise your vibration. Focus on you living your best timeline. You living your best life. Visualize what it would be like to let go of all the bullshit that you're having to deal with. If you were going to step into your highest timeline, what would that look like? That's not a question you have to answer to me. It's a question you have to answer to yourself. And this timeline should excite you. This should empower you. This should inspire you. Give me some feedback, Kobe. Voice of Souls, is there any message for Kobe? Spirit says it's going to cost you. Free message was in the reverse. What the hell? I wish I could give you a hug, Kobe. You need one right now. There's some fears that you're going to have to face there, my friend. My friend, my bro. But just know that whatever you're facing, you are not like them. You're not like what they're trying to project to you. You are moving to a higher dharmic energy. It's part of your birthright. The Spirit's even saying that. Release your anger and your resentment. Doesn't matter. Let it be your sacrifice. Let the anger go. Let the resentment and the need to lash out, let it go. Give it up to the divine. Give it to source energy. You have to be very, very careful in the coming days, because there's someone that does not want to take accountability for something. And Spirit is warning you that if you are not careful with this particular situation, this very well could cause you pain in ways that could very well be prevented. So please be discerning, use your intuition, go with your gut, and always work through compassion, knowing that you are more powerful than what you realize and what you're being led on to believe. There's someone that might have passed away recently. They're trying to guide you, so be open to possible messages from the other side. This very well could be through angel numbers. This very well could be through um, just open your mind, open your eyes to the possibilities, the synchronicities. This is a peaceful energy. Um, this energy respects you. You have shared secrets. They are coming forward and proclaiming they love you. And they were dealing with karmic energy before they passed away. They very well could be coming in and warning you about the physical pain that you feel. And it's basically to say that it's not you. This physical pain, this energy, this sadness that you feel, it's not even yours. Okay, and as much as this may be for Kobe, this is also resonating with my collective. It's very well could be taken for your own. Source is bringing you calm and peace. There is no particular message at the current, but those that are creating karma and those that are creating chaos and disruption within the divine plan, they are receiving karma. It is Judgment Day. So it very well could be chaotic around you. Do not try to take on anybody else's extreme burden. Yes, help those that feel that they need. Yes, okay. But be discerning as to who you're helping. There should be if there is no communication about what the story is, what their situation is, um, I wouldn't be there with if they can't be transparent and honest and they can't show some sort of integrity. I think that would be the line that you would cross between someone that would be wanting to hide something from you. So use your intuition going forward. You're not crazy. You're enough. You've always been enough. You've never been too much. You're just sick and tired of being around crazy people that are very surface level. These particular people and energies that are coming at you, trampling your boundaries, trampling your safety net. If they're there to disrespect you and your peace, they show you who they are. And it's up for you to make the ultimate choice as to what you do. Big hugs to you, Kobe. You need to find some new hobbies, some things that would bring you a lot of joy and happiness. And you need to find out what type of master class. I know you're only 23, but you still got some lessons behind you. You still got some wisdom. And if there was something that you were to teach or that you could see yourself teaching, what would it be? Now, this is something that you can focus on, do a little meditation, and ask your higher self on that. This is the connection that you connect to Source. Everybody has this connection. It's just that you have to acknowledge and recognize it. Otherwise, it lays dormant. Dragons, what is the message for Kobe? What's Kobe's message? Yeah, you're going through a rebirth. Okay, you're being reborn into a new paradigm. You're raising the bar, Kobe. You're bound to lose shit along the way, and that's okay. It's just making room for new stuff. Okay? Four of Cups, yeah, you deserve better. You know you deserve better than what you've experienced and what you've been receiving. And I'll tell you right now, no pill is going to help you. Okay? Mm-hmm. You've had to deal with so much struggle that you're scared to actually get a victory. Because you're too scared of what it might feel like. And I can relate to that. You think it's too good to be true. You think it's never going to happen to you. It's all an illusion. You don't think you'll ever amount to anything. It's just what people have acknowledged to you. That you're just going to be a simple individual, not going to be crazy famous, nothing crazy. You're not going to strive for much. You're just going to kind of bebop around, just kind of going with the flow of the river. The thing is, with the people that stand out, they don't necessarily fit in, and they're ridiculed because of it. Because they don't match up with other people's paradigm and understanding. You're much deeper than surface level. You'd much prefer scuba gear than snorkel gear. Thinking in a thoughtful aspect, it's very difficult to find people that actually want a conversation. Tell me if I'm calling it. Yeah. Six of coins in the reverse. Yeah. People come in, they be talking to you, whatever else. And the situation is they talk a good game, but they don't reciprocate. You end up falling short in the end of it all. hmm And it pretty well leaves you in shambles with the King of Coins in the reverse. And you're left with it being chalked up as just another illusion. Welcome in, everybody. Doing a bit of a reading slash collective. Stop, and I'm calling myself out on this too, but we gotta stop um, questioning the ability to move forward as to whether or not we're worthy of it or not. People got us feeling like we're in this constant hesitation. And sometimes we just need to put the groceries down and take a moment for ourselves. So that's one thing I want you to do, at least on a weekly basis, Kobe. At least once a week, if not once a day. Take some time out in your day to follow back to Zen. Bring yourself back to the center. Bring yourself back to your spirit. Back to calm, mindfulness. The spirit's saying you're not listening to your intuition. I don't even know if you have the concept of that, but spirit's saying that you need to pay attention to it because it's going to be coming online soon. And by opening up your mind and having it prepared is a lot better than just finding out just as it's happening and not being able to make any sense of it and then going absolutely apeshit because you don't know how to understand it and or why it's happening. But it's going to be a healing experience. It's not abrasive. It's not going to hurt you. It's going to enlighten you. It's going to empower you. Just know justice is on its way. Alright, let's check the vibe of the collective. Gonna tap in. 24 in the chat, 18 likes. And I hope that helps you, Kobe. You're worth it. You got this. That's alright, Juanita. Sometimes we need a little nippy nappy in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. Alright, what's the overall energy? What's the overall energy for my collective? DW. Welcome. Dorothy, welcome in. What's the vibe, Spirit? What do we got going on for the collective? Something about a love affair, dirty little secret? Sex fix, down low? Oh, karmic, third parties, haters, lessons learned? Oh, okay. Smell the roses, slow down, take some time, take some you time, get out in nature. Ooh, Archangel Michael. Ooh, okay. Archangel Michael, you're my hero. So it's looking like this narcissist got shattered, and Archangel Michael's protecting you. Apparently they had an epiphany and they don't want to suffer in silence anymore. They're no longer paranoid, or they very well see you no longer paranoid, which that's what they tried. They tried to trap you. Well, they feel trapped now. You know, they thought that was going to heal them and be able to take your power, but no, you ended up healing yourself. Sweet dreams, Kobe. They're not looking to apologize, collective, but they, you know, the fact that you're established and you're not masked to do it, yeah, they don't want to cut ties, and they're procrastinating. There very well could be some sort of legal issues up against them, and they're procrastinating it. It's been no vacation for them behind the scenes. They see that you're coming out of isolation, and this is why they don't want to have any distance anymore. They don't want to be in separation with you. They're done gambling, they're done playing stupid games. They're hoping for possibilities. They're wanting you to make up your mind and believe in yourself and follow your dreams. They're not coming in all clingy. They don't think this is a dead-end relationship. But apparently they're done with the gossip. But now that they see you coming out of isolation, now they want to come in like a soulmate twin flame and not face their consequences. Take all the stagnance and, you know, make it move again. And just laugh about it. They just want to laugh. Laugh and lust. Let's just laugh and lust. No. They want to come in like they're not running away. Right? They're in the moment. They're daydreaming of possibilities. Meanwhile, they're drowning inside. They want to try to prove to you that they're not the psychopath. Apparently, they've dropped a whole bunch of addictions, and they're salty and confused um, about some sort of toxic family and some sort of chaos about your glow up. It's kind of made it to where maybe you're antisocial. It could very well be that they're not coming forward and telling you about this. It's mainly because you burned a bridge. But there's tension, they're worried, they're stressed out, unable to let go and recharge. So like I said, this energy is not yours. Okay? If you're just chilling, enjoying your day, and all of a sudden this big huge wave of anxiety or turmoil or chaos comes over you, don't consider it yours. Consider it coming from somewhere. And if you sit with it long enough and you find out what that signature is, you can usually pinpoint as to where it's coming from. And when you do, you send that bitch back. Arg. Dear Dorothy, do you want life to be a bitch? So why did you say that? You need to look into chaos magic. Somebody's not so clever. Hmm. Wow. You truly know grace. You know humility. When you have the ability to take someone's life and have it crumble, but yet you hold grace, you hold respect to who they are, in the moment waiting on them to just do better. Asking someone to do better, is that really too much to ask? To ask someone, hey, can you stop half-assing your life? Can you maybe work on the quality of your existence and quality of what you do and what you partake in during the day instead of just slopping it all along? Is it possible to take some moments and maybe use your fucking brain and think before you invest into something? Think of the karmic repercussions. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in tonight. 2323. Let's look at that angel number just for shits, shall we? You might be seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 quite a bit throughout your week. I know I have. I've been seeing it at least once a day. It's wild. Hmm. The angel number 2323 is a sign of divine protection and guidance. Biblically, angel number 2323 signifies that your angels are watching over you and are working to lead you in a prosperous future. Angel number 2323 asks you to trust that everything is going to work out. All you have to do is ask your angels for help. I welcome that help, angels. Come on in the room. 25, 23. Angel number 2523 indicates that any changes that you are going through are most positive, and you are encouraged to choose to think thoughts that nourish and support you. Making changes can bring about fear of the unknown, and you may be feeling apprehensive about losing something or someone, or may fear change in general. But trust that what may appear to be a loss today may turn out to be a gain tomorrow. and will bring you long-term benefits on all levels. Allow your angels to guide you and remember that there is nothing to fear. If you can learn to enjoy life's changes, you will enjoy life itself much more. When you don't make the changes that you know you need to make, life will often force the changes upon you, whether you like it or not. Wise, courageous choices that are made from a place of light and love promote harmony and joy and will always empower you. Have the courage to make positive choices and changes when they are necessary and view things from a higher perspective. Angel number 2523 tells you that although your steps may not seem clear to you right now, have faith and trust that changes will be about positive opportunities for you to take advantage of. And know that they are appearing in your life for a higher reason, so follow your path with faith and confidence. And then we're going to hit 2723 because I seen 27 in the chat there too. So angel number 2723 brings about a message to pay attention. Pay extra attention to your insights, impressions, and intuition, as they are indicators of your soul's true desires and will lead you in the right direction. Also, pay particular attention to your dreams, as angels and spirit guides use the dream state to send messages to help you heal, to balance your energies, and to bring guidance, wisdom, and love. Angel number 2723 can indicate that you will be called upon to take positive action and apply your natural talents, skills, and knowledge in useful and helpful ways. If you feel inclined to look to new paths or study and or learning, look to your options and you will find that suitable classes, courses, and or study material will be available to you. Alternatively, if you feel ready to teach, lead, and enlighten others, step towards opportunities that will present for you. Use your spiritual values, intuition, and communication skills to uplift and enlighten others. Calm your thoughts and trust your intuition to step in when you need guidance and to help in any other area. So otherwise, collective, believe in yourself. Do you honestly think it might be possible? I'm not exactly sure I can do it all on my own. All right, get rid of that tripe. What's going on, Spirit? Yeah. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. We got the dragon supernatural. Dun dun dun. Welcome in, James. Juanita. You know what, Juanita? I think you need your own talk show. The Juanita Blair Show. It's got such a fucking ring to it. Where the fuck have you been all my life? talking about relationships and how to be the better person, better version of yourself, you could almost turn out to be a better Oprah. There's no comparison. Like you're like hands down better than Oprah. Do it. I dare you. The Juanita Blair Show. Okay, I'm putting these cards away. Like, bye bye. I'll cleanse you later. They just got nothing good to say. It's like, you know what? Fine. You can go have your attitude over there. Go sit in the corner. Jeez Louise. Really? The Two of Crystals. Yeah, so you could be juggling quite a bit. You might have juggled a little bit more than what you anticipated. Three of Feathers in the reverse. So there's some sort of release, or fail to release and recover. Five of Crystals, finding your self-worth and empowerment. New possibilities. Persistence. Having to look at things from a different perspective. And I got my right ear just, wah, just all of a sudden. Now it's all kind of fading out again. Okay, Spirit, what are you talking? What are you telling me? Wah. Ten of Crystals and Knight of Feathers. So somebody doesn't want to tell you about your inheritance. Somebody's lying to you about it. What? I got Linda Lake's tarot in the back of my head. Showing up her card. Yeah, the fuckery is real. From her Big Bertha deck. Yeah, the fuckery is real. And she's saying it in a really sassy voice, too. Anyway, there's definitely some sort of manipulation going on, trying to keep you all up in your head, keeping you from having courage to do something. They've got you all up in your head, unable to make any solution. And it's some sort of manipulation. And this isn't related to Linda. Okay, I just see her and up in the head. Yeah, the fuckery is real. Like she's calling me on it. She's confirming it. She's amazing. Like, honestly, for me to be a reader for 30 years and for her to make the impact that she's made in my life, okay, and I've been reading 30 years, that's got to say something about somebody's soul and somebody's spirit. So she's such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful person. I'm so happy to have stumbled across her in my scrolls among YouTube. It's been a beautiful blessing and abundance and awareness and empowerment. So it don't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter, you know, where you come from. As long as you stand in that authentic light and as long as you stand in what's rightfully your path, you will shine and you will impact the collective. No matter from age of preferably 19, because we don't usually read for anyone younger than that, to 92, you know? No. She's one of my top 5 readers here on YouTube. I have a list. But she's the bee's knees. She deserves the 100,000 subscribers. She deserves them. She deserves the flowers. She deserves the credit. She deserves the. Um, she does a lot of work. She works hard at what she does. So, of course, she's going to be absolutely brilliant, as she should be. I just happened to tap into her live just before I went live, and she was saying how difficult it was for her to put all these different videos together, and how extremely quick and easy and to the point simple it is to go live. And yet she's speaking on how, she takes all of this trouble to make a video and have to wait for it to upload and to go through all those problems of trying to get it up, get it going. And then just totally dismissing the whole idea to go live and kind of going against the whole grain of going live when it's the most simplest way to do it, right? And she's sitting there giggling and laughing about how, regardless how simple it is, honestly, I took out of it is that she would sooner take the time out and put quality into her videos and put the quality into the situation, right? She takes time to iron out the kinks and the wrinkles, and she puts all that extra little bit in there. It's a beautiful thing. Anyway, it shows. It shows in the effort. But I found it cute how she was giggling earlier tonight on how maybe she should just start going live a lot more. So that way she can interact with, you know. But the premiering videos, it's a different type of interaction. You get to sit there, watch the premiere with your audience in the chat. It's a totally different experience than what you would be live. So, sometimes I find live to be overwhelming because there's so much engagement with the chat, because there's so much engagement with the subject matter that we sometimes talk about. But anyway, a shout out to Linda Lakes Tarot. Keep going, keep shining. You are literally impacting the world. Keep going in a good way. Another sassy dragon out there is the Draconic Princess. If I ever had a soul sister, a dragon soul sister, I don't know. I think she's probably one of my day one readers because oddly enough, I've had YouTube since 2009, and oddly enough, I didn't start looking into readings until after I left my ex. And I've been a reader going on 30 years now. Um, Off and on. Sometimes I just put it away in my little drawer in my little box, whatever, and I just put it away and not take them out. And then there's other times where I would take them out and, I have a friend or something and, you know, I'd get my cards out and we'd do a little reading here and there. It wasn't necessarily a profession, more or less a study and more or less a consulting. when I was going within and insight into, you know, new moments, new possibilities. But I think, yeah, Draconic Princess was one of them that one of the first ones, and I've been devoted and dedicated to watching. But I usually let it come up in my feed. I'm not one to I've got notifications and all that kind of thing, but I allow it to come up in my feed in my For You page for it to be vibing with me. I think it matters to some degree. Not every video, not every message is going to be yours, but I don't know. Some of the videos, if you cross watch, if they're a signed video, you cross watch as if, you know, you're dealing with a particular sign rather than it's for them. It's weird how intricate it works with the cross watching rather than watching for that particular sign. Like, for instance, my ex being a Gemini, okay? I can watch Gemini's reading and cross watch it for my ex. It's interesting how it goes, but anyway. A little backstage banter, shall we say. I don't usually talk about this kind of stuff. Alright. Spirit, what's the deal? What's the deal? What do we need to know? Ace of Crystals. Alright. What about this Ace of Crystals? Please let it be good fucking news for a change. What is it? Ooh, 9 of Crystals. Okay. The Moon. Oh. I know that was lame. It's late, okay? It's late. Welcome in, Point. Sheila. James. Mandy. 2 of Acorns. Okay, so Spirit's saying just hold patience. And yes, I know the 2 of Acorns doesn't mean hold patience, but this is intuitive, okay? We have some sort of an offer. Ace of Crystals coming in. Okay, this is manifestations, okay? This is prosperity. This is a job offer. This is a money offer. This could be a house. This could be something substantial, okay? Along with that, sitting there is a 9 of Crystals, which is speaking of independence. It's representing abundance. It's representing security on a personal level, okay? We've got the 2 of Acorns, and this is in reverse, and we're talking about focus and action and insight and intuition, okay? The 2 meaning partnership. So this very well could be you removing some sort of partnership from your life in order to receive this 9 of Pentacles, this independence, okay? And this Ace of Crystals. We've got the King of Acorns on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so this is talking about being optimistic, being innovative. What's going on? Collective, the energy has shifted. What's the situation? Hanged man. Somebody's going through some sort of a rebirth or some sort of a perspective change. Like everything's changing. Where there might have been needing time to patience to kind of go within and look into something to gain a bigger perspective. It's now time to put that perspective to action. The Three of Crystals coming in, there is a collaboration happening here. There will be productivity, there will be collaboration, there will be some sort of partnership or teamwork or people coming together to make something beautiful happen. What's going on? And I'm also kind of channeling coming to a theater near you. I don't know why that's coming into the view. Hmm. The Nine of Feathers. So this is about perspective, self-empowerment. It's about standing up. It's about speaking your mind, collective. Mana mana do 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 do. Mana mana do 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 do. Mana mana do 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 do. Do 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 do. Mana mana do 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 do. Mana mana do do do. Mana mana do 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 do. We got transformation on the bottom of the deck here. Okay, transitions, liberation. Okay, this is about breaking cycles. It's about finally letting go of the past, collective. Hasn't that rope burned your hands enough? Hasn't the fire within you burned your soul enough? Hasn't that rage wreaked havoc on your nervous system enough? When are you going to stop betraying yourself and stand up? And collective, as I'm saying this to you, I'm calling out myself. And the thing is that I very well could make some calls. I very well could make some decisions. But not only will these decisions and these calls change the course of my existence in my life, quite possibly in a good way, it would create humongous towers for other people. And these are people that come up against me. These are people that ridiculed me, made me feel like nothing. These are the people that are sabotaging me. And yet I still have the integrity and the self-respect to hold off, to have grace. I believe the divine is trying to test me. Because I know that it is not what they do. They do not know what they do. And the only reason why they're doing what they are doing is because they are hurting inside. They are broken. And I find myself understanding them as to why they lash out, as to why they can't rise above their pain and their suffering to do better. It's all they ever known. And they're so broken inside that they don't feel they deserve to heal. They don't deserve to rise. Deep down, they feel utterly useless. And this is partially to do with them, and the reason why everyone else seems to rise above and outshine them. And I'm only saying this is because I'm speaking of myself as well. I held shame for other people because they projected that shame onto me. And that shame in itself held me back from living my best life. And it wasn't even mine to hold. So I let it go. And now, even after all these years of being held back, and now sitting here, feeling free, feeling unclenched, unlocked, working through my ascension, working through my rise out of the ashes. Finding myself in a very particular position. Do I want to open up a can of worms to get what is rightfully mine? Do I have the energy? Do I have the stamina? Do I have the power? Do I have the strength? The confidence? Do I have the knowledge? Do I have the resources? Do I have the people in my corner to help represent me? Every avenue that I've taken to find solutions, to find information, to find a way forward, has left me on deaf ears. The only solution so far, the only thing that has been my refuge, the only situation that I've had that's actually been a benefit to me, is coming here onto YouTube and speaking of my situation. Now, some of you have been following along, waiting for the story to drop. Waiting for this miraculous video on how I share, how I freed myself from narcissism. How, despite how trapped I felt, somehow by some miracle I found a way. It takes a lot of digging within yourself to find the confidence that you never thought you had, to invoke that inner warrior, that courageous side of yourself that will not stop at anything, will stop at nothing to survive. The time that you take to go on the journey of courageous healing, opening up the possibility that deep within you, something absolutely mind-blowingly magical. And I'm not absurd. I'm not crazy. I was literally brought to no other choice but to look within myself. And the many journeys on which I've taken within, one stands out the most. And it comes back to the courageous healing. It's about taking those things that you can't seem to leave and let go of, seeing them in your own perspective, seeing them in the other person's perspective. You're seeing them in the higher realm of perspective. So you're looking at it as your higher self rather than just your little, superficial, physical you. I'm not saying you're superficial, but as a humanity, we tend to be rather superficial these days. But I'm not painting anybody with any brush. I'm just throwing it out for context. Either way, the journey of courageous healing, of going within and allowing those things that hold you back to bubble up and look you straight in the face. And all you do is show it compassion and show it love and show it understanding and show it courage and protection and validity. Show up. Stand with the experience. Create standards. Create your integrity based on these experiences. Building boundaries, building standards, building requirements. In hindsight, looking back, the people that chose to come in to try to manipulate and control always thought that you were too sensitive, that you blow things out of proportion, when in all actuality they were basically trying to manipulate you. Sometimes, James, you gotta look out for yourself. So make sure that you get those brakes fixed as soon as possible. Because you kind of need them. I'm really, really sorry, James, for that. Dorothy, did you just see what I seen? As if I'm down to 8 to 12 people. Did everybody get kicked out? What? Oh, okay. No, I am not religious, David. Religion has betrayed me in so many ways. Spirituality, on the other hand, has opened up my eyes, and it has totally opened up my world to infinite possibilities of understanding. And it has opened my eyes to the great deception of this current matrix that is crumbling before our eyes. You know, society's gotten to the point where they're so compliant with the status quo that they'll walk into the wolf den or the lion's den or, they're that. Let me rewind myself. Let's go back to World War II, okay? But we're only going to go back 4 years, okay? And just think for a perspective, just hypothetically, what if the COVID vaccine, I don't even like calling it that because it wasn't a vaccine, but what if, okay, what if it was considered an Auschwitz gas chamber? So every shot would be the equivalent of the shower head, in which would spray the Agent Orange all over you and pretty well gas you to death. So, considering the trust that the people had back in 2019, 2020, when all of this shit went down, trusting our doctors and trusting the people in government and all of that jazz, what if instead take the shot? What if instead they were saying, go into this room and it will cure you of all your pain and all of your suffering? Just think for a second. And you're not having any idea as to what happens after that, after going into that room. There's no rumors of what happens after you go into that room. You just have to trust as to what they are telling you, and all will be well. I got news for you. World War II was forfeited. Nobody won the war. And the Nazis are still in power. They've just basically been wearing a mask all these years. So I'm beginning to think that, mind you, there were live fire exercises and there were definitely programs being ran. Okay, it was definitely not an illusion. There were definitely real casualties, real situations. And may their spirits rest. And no disrespect, but I must speak up on this. There was a lot of people's lives taken in vain. And back when COVID started, it started all over again. It was history repeating itself. And now we find ourselves at the precipice of another one that they're trying to push out. Meanwhile, at the same time, there are certain doctors and certain companies being taken to court and being held responsible for the travesty and the chaos that they ensued. And collective, I guarantee you this is only the beginning. Things are about to get real. And I don't care how high they think and mighty they think they are. There are certain people that think that they are running the planet. They think they have all the money in the world to do and to be and to have and to whatever else. But ultimately, we are all at mercy to the same energy of the divine, for it gives us life. And we will be judged on our intentions, on what we chose to move forward with, whether or not we took on the mission that we were agreeing upon when we were coming into this skin suit for this particular life and this particular timeline, as to whether or not we remembered our mission or not, as to whether or not we fulfilled that mission, and as to whether or not we will have to return to repeat that mission. This is why we are given a mind and a heart and a spirit and a soul to be able to feel and to be able to sense and to be able to understand from many different perspectives what life is and what life is not, and how to decipher the difference. This is why we come to Earth, to feel and experience love and hate and sadness and empowerment, encouragement, the ego. This is why we come here, to find out what the ego is, to find out what selfishness is, and what is self-care. Where do we draw the line? And where does our discernment and our intuition come into play? And how does that work with our empathy? Because some people think that intuition and empathy are the same thing, and they are far, far different. No, I wasn't necessarily crying from the rooftops, screaming with a bugle horn, saying, "Don't take the shot." I wasn't protesting with signs. "Don't take the shot. No, 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 no." Had I had a transport truck, I would have honked. I would have broke my compressor. purposefully to make that much fucking noise. Okay? Honk, capital letters, quotation marks, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, times 5, let's say. Okay? The right in the body, bodily autonomy, the right to make a choice to your own life, to your own existence, to your own sovereignty, and to come out and find out that all the so-called vaccines, even the 15-year studies with mild to low side effects, still have side effects. Still are at the base and the preconditioning of many diseases, many situations that many people go through because of these particular injections. Now, I'm not out here bashing science. I'm not out here bashing doctors. I'm not out here bashing the ability to think and utilize our brains and to create something beautiful, to create peace, to create a cure for some sort of illness. I'm not bashing that. I'm respecting that. I'm speaking up at this exact moment because of that. And to have doctors come forward and speak on that and get silenced, this is why I speak. I speak so that way they don't have to. I speak so they can keep their job. I figure I have nothing left to lose. I mean, every other job I've had was sabotaged. Why not? I might as well speak. I will speak up for any shade of human. I don't care what shade you are. You have a spirit, you have a soul. I don't even see a masculine or feminine aspect to you. I see a spirit and a soul within you. And there is no sexual identity to that soul. It is the essence of your spirit. It is that essence that comes from Source, the central sun, the consciousness that drives us, that inspires us, that protects us, that guides us. It's that electromagnetic frequency within that beats your heart, that flows your blood, that creates your ideas. The vaccine, I don't even want to talk about it, but the clot shot is exactly what it is. I usually refer to it as silly string, because that's what it does to your veins. Some strains are even dealing with nanotechnology that procreates within your bloodstreams. And depending on its programming, it wreaks havoc and chaos inside you. There's being said that there are cures and detoxifications that you can do. Do your own research. Read some reviews. Do some side research to verify what you found. from other sources. The biggest lesson in my 42 years of life, soon to be, anytime my gut was ever so sure on something and I took heed of that information, it was something that I've never regretted. And when I was warned and when I was told to not trust the situation, and it wasn't only just on the hunch that I had, it was also on my own personal experience growing up and being tested on in the hospital. One of my oldest videos here on YouTube will explain that. I've seen some pretty crazy shit in my life. And as much as I do like a good article of satire, I think it diminishes the ability of integrity and truth. And it takes away from the reality of what is actually going on. And that something real and something impactful is a heck of a lot more um, impactful, I guess, than satire could ever be. And as satire is enjoyable to read for the off-the-wall creativity, I find the truth always prevails. In retrospect and in hindsight, of basically making my main point here is I would rather come on here and speak truth, enlightenment, than come on here and sugarcoat and satire a story to you. I may question my worth sometimes, but my integrity, it stays intact. And I will always speak truth. I will always follow my intuition. And out of the 41, 42 years of life, I've known and I've learned that as long as you never question your intuition, as long as you always follow your intuition, it will never misguide you. It will always protect you. It will always have your back. The only one that you can betray is yourself. And that is when you do not heed the warnings and heed the information that your intuition and your empathy and your guides are trying to tell you. It's extremely important because I don't regret a damn thing that I've done listening to my intuition. And I've been sitting on certain particular decisions for quite some time now. But the reasons why I think I feel that I haven't made them is because it's fallen on deaf ears to start with. I've been told to walk away, meanwhile I moved 2.5 hours away. And I'm not moving continents. I'm not moving provinces to get away from someone. You know? I shouldn't have to struggle and fight for my life I should be able to live my life in peace just as anyone else on the earth. Sweet dreams, James. Be good to yourself. What are my thoughts on drinking? What are you talking about? Define your question. But what do I think about drinking? Growing up with a mother that drank all the time, wanted to party, um, coming home from school, seeing her laying on the floor, so drunk she can't even get up, having to pick her up and fireman her to the bed in order to get her into bed, having to somehow drive home sometimes because she was too drunk to drive. All the nights sleeping beside the speaker while everybody was partying. What do I think of drinking? It can ruin your life, or it can be the center of your celebration. It's your choice. Just know that everybody that was mandated into this, that went against their better judgment and they were mandated into this, you will be getting retribution. The ones that went ahead and trusted your governments and didn't listen to your intuition, you're going to purgatory. The ones that just didn't give a shit and just went with the flow and just didn't care, you're going to purgatory. Because if you can't take a moment to actually think for yourself, what makes you think you're going into 5D Earth? They don't want followers. They don't want sheep going into 5D Earth. They want higher vibrational, divine masculine, divine feminines going into 5D Earth. It's like going to a campground and kids aren't allowed. It's like going to an amusement park where there's no kids allowed. It's like an adults only party without the booze and the debauchery. You're actually asking if this is purgatory, like this earthly plane. What do you define as purgatory? Purgatory to me is absolute staleness, it's stuckness, it's quicksand, it's existence, it's just plagued, it's stressed, it's toxic, it's stagnant, it's chaos, it's torture. It's almost like hell, but less evasive. It's more psychological, mental, emotional. Purgatory hits you more or less in the psyche rather than the physical, if that makes any sense. Were the cars floating by that point? Repelled off the ground? Hmm. That technology is already available, and it's being manipulated and manufactured as we speak. I thought that was pretty funny. Bit of a bald spot there, but that's normal. It is. I think I want to invest in a waterproof tarot deck. Yeah. So that way we can have tarot in the tub. Pull a card out of the bubbles. The bubbles have spoken. I'm gonna laugh if I see any tarot readers out there in the tub with a whole bunch of bubbles doing this with their waterproof tarot cards. I'm gonna laugh. There might be a there might be a couple on the wish list. They might be. They might have been taken off. I don't know. I know there's a couple decks there. And I'm having a huge deja vu right now. Has the bubbles been a confirmation for you before, David? I'm curious. Have you ever looked through a peephole before through YouTube? So, collective, how are you going to show up in the world? That's the big question for 2025. How are you going to make your biggest impact? How are you going to encourage the next generation to rise up and be the best version of ourselves? Letting go of letting go of what no longer serves us. Put it in the chat. How do you want to show up in the world? You're part of my tribe? Prove it. How do you want to show up in the world? I did have 18 people in the chat. It just dropped down to 13. Oop, another one. Another one bites the dust. Oh, I'm putting the pressure on. Welcome in, Ellie. The big question is, how do you want to show up in the world? David, inspire yourself, will you? Your light cannot be snuffed out, no matter how much they try. As long as you allow that inner light to guide you, it won't steer you wrong. That's a very good thing to say there, Juanita. It's a good way to be, Mandy. Getting back to your roots, remembering where you come from. We might come from our mother and our father, but it is also connected to an ancestral bloodline. That's better, David. How are you serving humanity, Tammy? Get on it, angel rebel warrior. That's amazing. Isn't it, Mandy? The veil is waned and the veil of deception has been disintegrated. That's amazing, Tammy. Keep going. It's amazing how the littlest of things can make the biggest impacts. Even the simplest of things. We go through many awakenings, Mandy. There's many different levels to it. So be open to that possibility. It's like going through the different portals or different oracle in the never-ending story. You have to be pure of heart to go through one, and then you have to be pure of mind and soul to go through the other one. Yeah, our lives are filled with days and nights. So there will be periods of ebb and flow. There will be darkness. There will be light. Just as we do have every single day and every single night. We go through them on a daily basis. We go through them on a yearly basis within the seasons. So our dawn and our dawn, our day, and our twilight is within the spring, summer, and fall months. And our twilight and our night happens throughout the winter. Okay? So just as it happens on a daily basis, it happens on a yearly basis. It also happens on an era basis. We all go through a dark night, so it represents itself as the Great Depression. And then we go through a time of abundance and prosperity, and then we go through a time of loss and depression, and then it comes back out again, and it's an ebb and flow. Micro, macro. Well, crystals tend to amplify your power. So that's why you would probably feel powerful when you're wearing your crystals. But they are amplifiers of what you already have. So it's not that you're feeling more powerful, it's just your power is being amplified. And this is why it's extremely important to be in the stillness in order to hear the whispers of the divine, in order to be in alignment with that purpose, Mandy. So if you find there's a lot of chaos around you, try to quiet the chaos as much as possible. And that goes for my other light workers. You might find it very chaotic and very difficult to find peace and zen these last couple of months. And it's mainly to get the people that need to pay attention. It's to get people out of their comfort zone. And that's why things have been so chaotic and strung out. It's because it's waking people up. It's getting them up and out of their slumber. Well, when you're going into meditation, meditation isn't all about just clearing your mind and just being in the essence of nothing, like nothingness. It's more or less empowering yourself, working through your shadow work, visualizing your vision board and your manifestations and focusing on that. Focusing on clearing out your chakra center and all the blockages within those different energy centers within the body. So, a lot of people thinking meditation is boring. It's not boring when you use it with intention. That's amazing, Juanita. I'm very, very, very happy for you, my dear. I know it's been a long, treacherous road for you, honey. I'm excited for you. Good things are coming in 2025 for you, Juanita. Welcome in, Mandy Bartholomew. I'm going to call you Mandy Mew. Do you like cats? Mandy Mew. 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 It's a kitten meow. Mew. Mew. We've already got a Mandy here, so we got Mandy and Mandy. Mandy Y and Mandy I. I like Mandy Mew. It's got a bit of a ring to it. You know what, Sheila? That takes a lot of kahunas to do that. I'm sending you a virtual hug. That is not an easy thing to do. But it's very selfless of you, and I commend you, and I send you flowers and lots of compassion and strength. It takes a very soulful person to be able to do that type of work. And I highly respect you. And I thank you for your service. Hey, YouTube, just in case you're watching, this whole idea of being able to buy more than one membership and people can buy memberships, just so you know, I'd like to be the one choosing who gets that membership. Because there's certain people in my chat here that deserve a membership. So if you can make that possible, that would be awesome. And don't make it so random. I'd like to have a little bit of choice. Yes, you're Mandy Mew. So, for those of you that want to take my tarot class, the tarot class is starting in February. So the tarot class is going to be consisting of a bunch of different days looking into different topics that pertain to the tarot, and then looking into the basis of the higher arcana and why and where they come from. And then we're going to go into the lower arcana. All you have to do is make sure that you're connected through a membership and that you have the Flight Club membership or higher to be automatically included in that. If you are already there, which I think you are, you might already be there. Channel activity. I don't know, I'd have to look into it. It's not showing me here. I'm doing okay there, Payne. How are you? Yes, February. That's this coming month. So it's going to be consisting, I think, of I think 5 different days for the workshop. Each day is going to be a different suit. So we're going to take a look at the wands, the cups, the pentacles, and the um, which one am I forgetting? the wands, the cups, the pentacles, and swords. So we're going to have one day per whichever one. They're going to be condensed smaller videos, so that way you're not sitting there falling asleep. And it's just going to be broken up to a bunch of different videos. So by the end of it, you will have a good understanding as to how to interpret the tarot. And it'll be a good 101 course of understanding to start off by doing your own tarot. And then there's going to be another class on intuition and how to base your intuition, find your intuition, to acknowledge and recognize your intuition compared to just your thoughts in your head. There's going to be meditations involved with that one. And yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm thinking maybe the first or second week of February. Maybe going into the third week after Valentine's Day. But who knows? But that is coming in February. There's one particular person out there that are trying to do the classes, and I'm not going to mention any names. But I happened to tap into one of their videos, and no. Just go back to the drawing board and try again. Or leave the teaching to people that actually teach. And I'm sorry if you've been dealing with tarot for 2 years. It's not something you can teach. If you've been dealing with the tarot for maybe 10 years, 15 years, yeah, sure. But if you've only been moving around with the tarot for 2 to 3 years and you're going to try and teach someone, don't bother. Just give them a deck and let them figure it out themselves. Just cut your losses. And I'm only saying this is because a lot of people think that the cups have to do with intuition, and they don't. You know, some people think that the Queen of Wands is a hoe, that the King of Wands is a hoe, and they're not. They're not even that in the reverse. If anybody's a hoe, it's the swords. Because they're deceptive. They're not ones to hold on to emotion. Right? They just do it for the fun of it. They do it for the thrill. And swords, they're very quick action, low intention. The wands, they're very intention oriented. They get shit done. The swords, they talk a good talk. But they don't have a very good walk. So there's a lot of deception. Now that's only when they're in their karmic energy, okay? There's karmic energy and there's divine energy. And it's usually corresponded by the cards before and after the card, as well as the card itself, whether it's in the upright or in the reverse. It all pertains to the message. And a lot of people think that just because a Queen of Wands is in reverse, she's a manipulative hoe, and it's not the case at all. Sometimes it's representing a very agitated, angry energy. You know, some people deserve to be mad. They deserve to be in their anger and their madness. They deserve to feel that in order to feel what it feels like. We all deserve to feel all these emotions. This is why we're here, to experience the emotions that we have available. Each card depicts a different energy, and how that energy is displayed within the reading makes the story. Tarot, it is based on numerology. It's based on symbolism. It's based on the 5 elements of creation: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. Spirit being the higher arcana, the archetypes of personality. The lower arcana dealing with the personal aspects of ourself, within our action, our words, our thoughts, and the basis of our foundation of purpose and intention. So, if you want to be part of that workshop, get on board with the $10 Flight Club membership and be ready for it. It's coming in February. And if I get enough takers, I will fast track it. If I don't get any takers, I might cancel it altogether and say, what the hell? What's the point? So it all depends on you as to whether or not you guys want to jump on board or not. So far, I have Stephanie Orr, Michael Osborne, Dorothy, Soot Sprite, DW, Spencer, Dean, Thomas, Cheryl Farley, Skittles. All of you are already signed up and ready and willing to rock with the workshop. So you guys don't have to do anything. You guys are already signed up. Anybody in the membership chat level, you will be invited to the workshop, but after the workshop is finished, then it will be going to the Flight Club membership level. But you will be invited to watch. You can be a part of the conversation, but it won't be available to you after it's finished. It's going to be in live format, so I'm going to come on, and on a member side, it'll be posted the day beforehand for each one. And I might put that in lieu of the readings. I don't know. I might do that plus the readings. We'll see. But, yeah. So, there's a bunch of you that are already signed up and already ready for that. You guys don't have to do a thing. Whoever I mentioned previously there, yeah, you guys are all set up. So, Dorothy, it looks like you're already set up. Sweet dreams, Mandy. Alright, hearts in the chat. What's going on with Arcane? What do they need to know right now? Knight of Shells and Two of Shells. Okay. Somebody's coming in with some love. Knight of Feathers, yeah. Somebody wants to come in and communicate their feelings towards you. Ooh, King of Feathers and the Emperor. Ooh. You're speaking your truth, or somebody's speaking their truth. Focusing on stability, standing in your power. I don't know, this is good. This is good. This is good. I'm happy for you. It very well could be slightly delayed right now. I'm hearing the finishing touches. Three of Acorns. Be patient. It's all gonna work out better than expected. You might want to change your name on here. It's not gonna vibe with the frequency that you're gonna be vibing by the end of 2025. You're gonna want to change your name. That's how good it's gonna get. Ten of Crystals. Ten of Pentacles. That's your cap card. I'm heading off to bed now too. Have a good night, Aiden. Sweet dreams, Juanita. Get working on that talk show. And I have a feeling you're gonna have a dream of it tonight. You're gonna dream of having your talk show. I guarantee it. It's gonna make you laugh. You're gonna wake up giggling. Alright. Who else wants a message? Put your heart in the chat. We got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left, people. Going to 200 minutes. It's 156. Let's go. Angel, Rebel, Warrior. That's not a heart. That's a question mark. And Page of Shells. Why you so bitter? Huh? Who are you breadcrumbing? Or who is breadcrumbing you? Ooh, you're gonna have to make a decision about love. The Chariot. You're moving in a new direction. It's going to be needing determination and discipline. Okay? So stay focused. Remember the why. Alright? Remember the why. Two of Crystals. Things are going to balance out for you. You might have a new partnership come in business-wise. There might be the need to adapt to changes. But things are going to work out for you. Yeah, Two of Feathers. There could be somebody trying to deceive you. So stay vigilant with the people that are around you and how they communicate. Let them show up and believe them. Okay? All right, Dorothy. What's going on with Dorothy? All right, so we have the Three of Shells and the Ten of Feathers. So somebody wants to come in, not necessarily recover or transform, but there's some sort of healing of a betrayal, some sort of a third-party relationship, triangulation. Somebody wants to come in and open that back up again. I would hold off there, Dorothy. Somebody's trying to get back in by using someone else to do it. Yeah, this is going to send you into I don't know why I want to say a reawakening. It's like you've already been through the awakening, but you have to go through it again to really get the message. You didn't get the message the last time, apparently. I don't know why, but that may be significant to you. This is going to enlighten you and renew you in a new direction. You're going to be like, oh, okay, I know I should have been there, but I wasn't, and I should have been. It's going to be easy to take accountability for and reroute yourself in the right direction. It's not something to hold shame on. It's an honest mistake. Especially when you like shiny things. The squirrel. It happens. You're supposed to stand on boundaries and stand on your determination and stamina of knowing what you want. Okay? Speak up. Take action. Stay focused. Um, you might be feeling stuck though right now. Not really sure as to what's going on. It's mainly because you need to work on your determination and endurance, and that's requiring a little bit maybe more finances or stable grounding. So maybe come back to earth. Think practical. Um, think practical over possibility, but keep possibility in check, right? Nine of Shells. This is bringing you into some sort of gratitude and wish fulfillment. There's definitely something good happening within your emotions. They're coming into collaboration with other people. You might be gaining with new emotional friendships or partnerships of some sort. But this is bringing you into a feeling of feeling loved and also loving yourself. So this is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. So I think with this particular energy here of somebody wanting to come in and uh, maybe have a new go at things, you're needing to stand on boundaries. Okay, you can do better. You're worthy of better. You don't have to take trash back. Okay, the whole idea of having a trash bin outside is to take the trash out of the house and put it in the bin. Right? And it's not to pick up the trash and bring it back into the house again. Okay? And it's okay if your trash becomes somebody else's treasure. Okay? You got the Ten of Shells coming in. So, good things are in the works. Have faith, Dorothy. Okay, put your hearts in the chat. Who's sitting there wanting a question? We're past 2 minutes already. I'll go for another question and I'm out. Early bird gets the worm. Going once. Going twice. Going 3 times. All right, everybody. I want to say thank you for joining me tonight. Come on back tomorrow. We'll have another shindig. That's up to you, Hardin. I do see some challenges coming in, but I feel that you will overcome them. You might consider getting a roommate. I also see renovations coming in for you too. So you might want to save up some money for particular renovations. There might be something coming down the pipeline, like a water heater replacement of some sort. So maybe get them maintained and checked on and go from there. But then again, I see you quite possibly moving out of a house and into a condo. And I get a feeling it's not something that you really want to do. But you're having to downsize due to inflation, due to expenses. I don't know if that resonates, but it's totally up to you. It's personal choice. It's all on how you show up. All right, kids. I love you all. Thank you, Tribe, for hanging out with me tonight. I hope the messages and info and wisdom brought some sort of clarity for you. Please be good to yourself if you can't be good at it, so that way you can be good to others. I wish you nothing but healing, abundance, and prosperity, and protection to my tribe and my supporters. I'm very grateful for having you part of this journey with me. And until then, I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good evening.